electric circuit. Now, three-phase alternator is mechanically coupled with this turbine. A three-phase power is generated by this alternator. As shown in this figure, one exciter is mechanically coupled with this alternator. Now, this is a one type of DC generator which produce DC voltage required for the field winding of the alternator. Here you can also see that one pilot exciter is mechanically coupled, connected with this exciter. So this is a one permanent magnet type DC generator. That's why it is called pilot exciter. And this pilot exciter generates DC voltage for the required for the field winding of this exciter. Now, in power station, in thermal power station, this alternator generates nearer to 11 kV voltage, and we require to transmit this voltage. That means we require transmission voltage nearer to 132 kV, 220 kV, or 400 kV. So due to this, one step-up transformer is used which step up the 11 kV voltage to the requirement of transmission voltage. That means 132 kV, 220 kV, or 400 kV. Now, whatever volt powers available at the output of this transformer, it is taken on this bus bar with the help of circuit breaker and the isolator, and the power is transmitted through this transmission line. Now let me see the equipments and auxiliary in this major auxiliaries and equipment used in the electrical circuit. So first, alternator. So alternator, it is the most important equipments in the electric circuits. Now this alternator is connected mechanically coupled with this turbine, which converts, that means the alternator converts mechanical energy to the electrical energy. So mostly two types of alternators are used. First, fixed field and rotating armature type. Second, fixed armature and rotating field type. So in the power station, very high capacity alternators are used to generate high voltage. For that, fixed armature and rotating magnetic field type alternator is used. So in this type of alternator, the armature windings wound on the stator and the field windings is wound on the rotor. So to maintain the speed of this alternator rotor around 3000 RPM. So due to this, cylindrical type rotor is used instead of salient pole type rotors. So in this type of alternator, its axial length is higher and its diameter is less. So generally, the one unit generates 200 to 300 megawatt power, and the one unit, it is also designed for maximum 1200 megawatts power. So generally, it is a maximum capacity of the power generated by the one unit. That means 1200 megawatts. So hydrogen is used in this alternator for the cooling purpose, and it is generally, this alternator generally generates 11 kV to 15 kV voltage. Now next, circuit breaker. Here you can say, first let me see transformer. So already I told you we require 120 volt, 132 kV or the 400 kV voltage for the transmission line, and this 220 kV or 400 kV or 132 kV, it is not possible to generate by this alternator. So here already I told you alternator generates around 11 kV voltage in the power station. So we require 220 kV, 400 kV or 132 kV for the transmission. So for that it requires step-up transformer. So what is the main function of transformer? Transformer step up the voltage. Whatever voltage generated by this alternator 11 kV, it is step up by the step up transformer up to 132 kV, 220 kV or 400 kV. So here forced oil cooling type transformer is used. Now third, circuit breaker. So the transformer is connected with the transmission line with the help of circuit breaker. So in this circuit breaker connects transformer and transmission line in healthy condition. But when fault occurs, this transformer isolate to this transmission line. That means in faulty condition, circuit breaker, what happens? It isolate the transformer from this transmission line. So remember, in healthy condition, step-up transformer is connected to the transmission line with this circuit breaker. But when fault is occur, the transformer is isolated from the transmission line. So the most important function, equipments in the electrical circuit, that is the circuit breaker. Next, isolator. So isolator, it is nothing but one type air brake switch, and it is placed on the both sides of this circuit breaker. So when we require some maintenance for this circuit breaker, it must be isolated from both sides. That means from transmission line as well as this taper transformer. So what is the main function of isolator? Okay, at the time of maintenance or the repairing, the circuit breaker must be isolated from the live lines. And another thing, the isolator must be operated in only no load condition. That is the most important conditions must be satisfied to operate this isolator. Now next, exciter. So exciter, it is nothing but one type of DC generator which is directly connected to the alternator, and sometimes we are using gear system to connect this exciter with this alternator. Now this exciter generates DC power which is required for the field winding of the alternator. Now next, that is your pilot exciter. So it is also permanent magnet type small DC generator, and this pilot exciter generates DC power which is required for the field winding of this exciter.